Right now, there's a hole in your vision, the size of a fist, and your brain is lying to you so well you'll never notice it. Not in this video. Not ever. Unless I show you exactly where to look. Stay with me for the next 20 minutes, because by the end of this, you're going to question everything your eyes have ever told you. Not in a spiritual way, in a physics way. A provable, testable, this is literally how your nervous system works. Wait, because here's the thing nobody tells you growing up. Your brain was never built to show you reality. It was built to keep you alive long enough to survive and reproduce, and those are two very different jobs. Reality is slow, complicated, and overwhelming. Survival needs fast, simple, good enough. So your brain cheats, constantly, every second of every day without asking your permission. And today we're going to catch it in the act, 6 separate times, using nothing but physics and a little bit of your own attention. By the end, you won't be able to look at a wall, a color, or even a clock the same way again. Let's start with proof number 1, the one I promised you at the very start. Inside your eye, there's a spot where the optic nerve connects to your retina. At that exact spot, there are 0 light-sensing cells. None. It is a dead zone, a hole. And it sits directly in your field of vision all day, every single day, for your entire life. So why have you never seen a black hole floating in front of you? Because your brain refuses to show you nothing. It hates gaps the way nature hates a vacuum. So it looks at the pixels surrounding the hole, guesses what's probably there, and paints it in for you. Sky becomes more sky. Wall becomes more wall. It's not showing you reality. It's showing you a really confident guess, dressed up as fact. And it does this so seamlessly, so instantly, that you've gone your entire life without ever noticing a literal hole sitting in the middle of your own vision. That's proof 1. Your brain isn't a camera, it's a forger, and it's terrifyingly good at its job. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable, because that one was actually the easy proof. Proof number 2 goes deeper into something you'd swear on your life is objectively, undeniably real. Color. Look at any object near you right now. That color feels like a fact, doesn't it? The sky is blue, grass is green, blood is red. End of discussion. Except physics disagrees with you completely. Light itself has no color. What actually exists out there in the universe is electromagnetic radiation, waves of energy vibrating at different frequencies, and nothing more than that. Color doesn't live in the photon. It lives entirely inside your skull. When a wavelength hits your retina, your brain runs it through a calculation, compares it against memory, quietly adjusts for the lighting around it, and then invents an experience it labels blue. Change the lighting, change the colors surrounding it, and your brain will straight up change what color it insists an object is, even though the actual wavelength hitting your eye never physically moved. This isn't opinion. It's been proven repeatedly with optical illusions that trick millions of people into arguing online about whether a dress is blue and black or white and gold, when the pixels on the screen were never actually in dispute. The wavelength was fixed the entire time. The disagreement was happening entirely inside separate brains, each one confidently hallucinating a completely different reality from the exact same raw data. If color were truly out there in the world, that kind of argument couldn't exist. But it does. Every single day, somewhere online, which means the world you're looking at right now, this very second, is painted in colors that don't technically exist outside of your own head. Sit with that for a moment, because we're only 2 proofs in. Now let's talk about something even weirder, because proof number 3 isn't about the outside world at all. It's about your own face. Did you know your brain deletes your nose from your vision permanently? It's sitting there right now, physically blocking a chunk of your visual field, and you never consciously see it unless you deliberately think about it, like you're probably doing right now. That's called perceptual suppression, and it's your brain deciding that constant, unchanging information isn't useful information, so it simply switches it off and never tells you. But this goes so much further than your nose. Every single time your eyes move, which happens several times per second without you ever noticing, your entire vision should blur, the exact same way a photo blurs when a camera shakes mid-shot. Try this right now. Watch your own eyes move quickly in a mirror, left to right. You will never see the movement blur, not once, because during that tiny fraction of a second when your eyes are moving, your brain briefly shuts off visual processing entirely and then stitches together the before and after images into one smooth, seamless, continuous experience. This is called saccadic masking, and it means that for a measurable percentage of every waking hour of your life, you are functionally blind and you have zero memory of it ever happening because your brain refuses to show you the gaps. It's not showing you what actually happened. It's showing you a highlight reel with all the boring, broken, blurry parts quietly deleted before you ever get a vote. Which brings us to the twist. The moment this stops being just about vision and starts being about something much, much bigger. Because if your brain edits gaps, invents entire colors, and deletes both your own blind spot and your own eye movements without asking, what else is it silently editing right now that you have absolutely zero ability to detect? Here's proof number 4, and this one is going to mess with your sense of time itself. You are never actually experiencing the present moment. Not once, not ever. In your entire life, light takes measurable time to travel from an object to your eye. Your retina takes time to convert that light into electrical signals. Your brain takes additional time to process those signals into something you can actually perceive. All of that adds up to a real, physically measurable delay, somewhere around 100 milliseconds, before you consciously experience anything at all. That means everything you are seeing right now already happened, slightly in the past. You are living your entire life a fraction of a second behind reality, watching a delayed broadcast that your brain confidently labels live. And it gets even stranger, because your brain actually knows about this delay, and it compensates by predicting what's about to happen next, and showing you that prediction instead, so that you feel perfectly synced up with the world, even though you technically never are. This is exactly why a professional batter can hit a baseball traveling at 95 miles an hour, a speed almost too fast for conscious human reaction time to physically handle. Their brain isn't reacting to the ball at all. It's predicting where the ball will be and swinging at the prediction instead. You don't experience reality. You experience your brain's best possible guess about reality, delivered just in time to feel completely real. Now, if you thought that one was strange, physics has an even bigger bomb to drop, because this next proof isn't about your brain anymore. It's about the actual physical world your brain has been trying to interpret this entire time. Proof number 5. Touch the surface you're sitting on right now. Feels completely solid, doesn't it? Here's what physics actually says is happening underneath that feeling. Atoms, the fundamental building blocks of literally everything you can touch, are almost entirely empty space. If you scaled a single atom's nucleus up to the size of a marble, the electron cloud swirling around it would stretch out to roughly the size of an entire football stadium. Everything in between that marble and the edge of the stadium is nothing, just empty space and probability. So when you press your hand flat against a table and feel resistance pushing back, you are not actually touching solid matter at all. What you're feeling is pure electromagnetic repulsion. The electrons in your hand and the electrons in the table pushing against each other, never once making true physical contact. You have never, in your entire life, truly touched a single thing. Every hug you've given, every handshake you've made, every step you've ever taken across a floor was actually your electrons repelling other electrons at a microscopic distance apart, while your brain, once again, quietly translated that invisible force field into a comfortable sensation it decided to label solid. Reality isn't solid. Reality is mostly empty space, held together by invisible forces you will never consciously feel, wrapped in a sensation your brain manufactured just to stop you from confidently walking straight through walls. And now, for the 6th and final proof, the one that ties this entire video together, because this one isn't just about your brain lying to you anymore. This one is about reality itself refusing to agree on a single, fixed version of the truth. Einstein's theory of relativity proved, with actual math and actual measurements, that time is not a universal constant, ticking identically for everyone in the universe. Time moves measurably slower for objects traveling at high speed, and slower still inside stronger gravitational fields. This isn't some abstract theory sitting in a textbook. GPS satellites orbiting Earth right now experience time faster than clocks sitting on the ground, because they're farther away from Earth's gravity. And if engineers didn't correct for that tiny time difference every single day, your phone's GPS location would drift off by miles within just a few hours. Two people, standing in two completely different locations on Earth, are technically experiencing two slightly different versions of now, ticking at two slightly different speeds. There is no single universal present moment shared by everyone in the entire universe. Reality itself doesn't even agree with reality. So let's put all 6 of these together. Your brain paints over your own blind spot. It invents rich, vivid color out of colorless wavelengths. It permanently deletes your nose and hides your own constant eye movements from your awareness. It shows you the past and confidently calls it the present. The solid world you touch every day is almost entirely empty space, held together by invisible forces you'll never feel. And even time itself refuses to move at the same speed for every single person. 6 separate proofs, pulled from 6 separate fields of real science, and every single one points toward the exact same unsettling conclusion. What you call reality isn't reality. It's a simulation your own brain builds in real time, using incomplete data, educated guesses, and a staggering amount of creative editing, just convincing enough that you never once think to question it. Which raises the real question this entire video was quietly building toward. That your brain has been editing, deleting, and inventing your whole experience of the world without your permission and without your knowledge this entire time. How would you ever actually know if it was doing it right now, in this exact moment, as you watch this? Let that sit with you for a second. If this fried your brain even a little, that was kind of the entire point. Drop a comment telling me which one of these 6 proofs freaked you out the most. I read every single one of them. And if you want more of your reality quietly dismantled using nothing but real physics, hit subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel exists to do, week after week. See you in the next one.